Hello and welcome. Tonight, we are going to build something together. We're not just talking about bedtime struggles, we're actually creating a solution. So think of this as your personal blueprint, your guide to building a peaceful, anxiety-free bedtime for your child. Ready? Let's get started. Okay, let me ask you this. Does that question hit a little too close to home? If you're nodding along right now, please know you are definitely not alone. For so many of us, that last hour of the day is just filled with stress. But here's the really good news. There is a clear plan, a step-by-step guide we can follow to turn those anxious nights into calm, connected ones. So before we jump into all the how-tos, we really need to start with the why, because this is the foundation of our entire blueprint. It's all about understanding that for a kid who feels anxious, predictability isn't boring. It's everything. It's peace. And here's what's actually happening in their little bodies. When a child starts to feel anxious about bedtime, whether it's the dark or being alone, their body's alarm system literally goes off. It's called the fight or flight response. Their heart starts pounding, their breathing gets all shallow. They are physically incapable of just relaxing. It's not that they won't, it's that they can't. So how in the world do we turn that alarm off? Well, this is the secret code. A predictable, consistent routine is like a direct message to your child's brain. Every single familiar step, the bath, the pajamas, the story, it all sends this powerful signal that just says, hey, you are safe. You can turn the alarm off now. It's okay to let go. Okay, so let's move into the first really practical part of our blueprint, the wind down. Now, this is everything that happens in the hour or two before you even start the official bedtime routine. Think of it as setting the stage for sleep. It really is as simple and as powerful as these 3 steps. You're basically turning down all the dials on the day. The screens go off, the overhead lights get dimmer, and the whole energy of the house just shifts from that crazy, active playtime to something much quieter. And these aren't just nice ideas. You're literally sending biological signals to your child's brain that sleep is coming. So why is that no screens rule such a big deal? Well, it all comes down to science. That blue light beaming out from tablets and TVs, it directly blocks the brain from making melatonin. And melatonin is the hormone that tells our bodies, hey, get sleepy. So watching a show right before bed is like shining a miniature sun in their eyes and telling their brain, nope, it's noon, time to be wide awake. So what do you do instead of screens? The goal here is anything calm and focused, things that get the hands and eyes working together, like doing a puzzle, coloring, or even just building with blocks. These kinds of activities help a child's world get smaller and quieter, turning down all that mental noise. All right, we've set the stage. Now it's time for the main event, the 30-minute hands-on bedtime routine. This is where we take the things you're probably already doing and embed some really powerful calming tools right into them. You know the classic routine: bath, PJs, teeth, story. It's a classic for a reason. It works. The real magic here, though, is the consistency. Doing the exact same things in the exact same order every single night creates this powerful, automatic trigger. Their body just starts to know that sleep is the next thing on the agenda. But we can make that routine even better. We can actually give our kids a tool, a superpower, that they can use themselves to handle those big, fizzy, anxious feelings. I love to call it brave breathing. And this is one of the easiest ways to teach it. Just have them lie down, put their hands right on their belly, and pretend it's a balloon. When they breathe in, the balloon gets bigger. When they breathe out, the balloon gets smaller. Just a few minutes of this sends a massive calm-down signal to their entire nervous system. It's so simple, but so effective. Here's another fantastic one. Kids hold so much tension in their bodies, and they don't even realize it. So you turn it into a game. Okay, squeeze your hands into tight fists, be a stiff robot, tighter, tighter, and relax. Let it all go and be a floppy noodle. It's super playful, but it's also a proven technique for releasing physical stress. And now we've arrived at what's often the toughest moment of all, the tuck-in. The lights are out, it's quiet, and all of a sudden, those worries can feel gigantic. How we handle this moment is absolutely crucial. This is such an important distinction to make. We want to validate their feeling, but not their fantasy. So saying, I hear that you feel scared right now, makes them feel understood. But if we start using monster spray or doing huge dramatic checks under the bed, we're accidentally sending the message that, yeah, monsters might actually be real. Our message should always be, your feeling is real and okay, and you are safe.
Now, nightlights can be a great tool, but we have to be smart about them. The trick is to use a very dim, warm-toned light. Think red or orange, not bright white or blue. Those warmer colors don't mess with melatonin production. And hey, you can even make it part of the plan, maybe using a dimmer light over time as they get more confident.
Okay, we're at the final section of our blueprint. Your child is tucked in, but they won't stay there. We're talking about the curtain calls. The endless requests for one more hug, one more drink of water. Let's build a plan for that.
I absolutely love this technique, especially for kids from about preschool to early elementary school. The bedtime pass is a game changer because it gives your child a little bit of control. It says, I see you, I know you might need one more thing, but it also puts a clear, firm limit on it.
So how do you make it work? You introduce it during the day when things are calm. Make it fun, decorate the pass together. Explain the rules very simply. And then, this is the most important part. After that pass is used, you become a calm, silent robot. You just gently and silently lead them back to bed. No more talking. That contrast is what makes the pass so valuable. But it's really important to know the difference between stalling and true fear. The bedtime pass is for stalling. If your child is genuinely terrified, what they need is reassurance. But that reassurance needs a structure too. And this method is perfect for that. You come back, but the visits are super brief and honestly kind of boring. You just say the same thing every time. You are safe. I love you. It's time to sleep. And then you leave. You're teaching them through your actions that you're close by and they're secure, but without creating a new habit where they need you to sit there for an hour. And really, that's the whole point. Whether you're using a bedtime pass or timed check-ins, the goal is the same. You are not being mean. You are being a teacher. You are actively teaching your child through real, hands-on experience that their bed is a safe place and that they have the skill and the courage to fall asleep on their own. We have just walked through a complete blueprint from the foundation all the way up to the roof. But look, you don't have to build the entire house in one night. So the real question is this. What's one small, calming step from this plan that you can try tonight? Maybe it's just dimming the lights a little earlier, or trying 2 minutes of that balloon breathing. Just start there. Build your peaceful bedtime one brick at a time.